Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who haven't met me yet, hi, my name is Kat. I do a lot of lifestyle and travel vlogging and theatre content here on YouTube, including tips, reviews and reactions. And if that's something that you like, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell so that you can see more videos coming your way. Today's video is one that I haven't done in a really long time. Today we're doing another theatre tip video. So if you don't already know, I do theatre tips for people who are going into amateur and community theatre for the first time. And some of these include helping out with your musical theatre audition tips, with your dance audition tips, acting audition tips, as well as callbacks, tips to get through tech week, and what songs to avoid for auditions. If you guys want to check out those theatre tip videos, I'll link them in the description box below, and I'll also link them up here in the corner. Today we've got another tip video for you. I'm going to take you through how to write your bio for the program for your amateur or community theatre show that you are in. Big shout out goes to Anna who requested this. She's currently in a community theatre production. Congratulations, Anna, and I hope this video helps you and everybody else who watches it who's looking for tips to write their bio out. Alright, so let's get into it. So the first tip I have when writing your bio is always write in third person. Don't write your bio as I am so excited to be in this production, or this is what I'm doing at the moment. Always write it as if you're writing in third person. So for my case, I would write Cathlyn-Rose is very excited to be in this production. She has previously done all these other productions. Always write in third person, and you can use all the pronouns that you would like, whether it's she, he, her, him, them, they. That's your time to write your pronouns, and that is the first tip that I have. So right here, I've got 3 examples of bios that I have already done. So the top 2 were bios for the last 2 amateur theatre shows that I did. The top one is for 42nd Street and the next one is for a chorus line. I played lead roles in both of these. Then the bottom example I have here is one that I whipped up today. It is as if I'm going for a community amateur theatre production in my current situation where I am right now in life. So if we look at my current bio that I have just written up now, I've got Cathlyn-Rose is currently in her 2nd year of training at Associated Studios Australia, having completed a 1-year British diploma in musical theatre in 2020 and currently participating in the 5-month Advanced Industry Showcase course. So first of all, I've got that I'm writing in third person. I've got my name there, and I always like to start off with if you're studying, if you're in high school, if you're at university, if you're doing a TAFE course, if you're doing something that you're training in or currently studying in, I reckon that starting off with that is a great place to start. You don't necessarily have to. You can swap with the next point that I'm going to make, but it's a nice way to start off with. If you're in year 11 at school, so imagine I'm in year 11 and I'm going to say Cathlyn-Rose is currently in year 11 at Mount St. Benedict College in Pennant Hills. Or if you're currently studying at university, I would say Cathlyn-Rose is currently in her 2nd year of study in her Bachelor of Arts degree, majoring in dance and performance. So I always like to start off with a little bit of if you're currently training or currently doing something in your life that's training wise or studying wise, I think it's always nice to start off with that. As another option, you can start off with another part here of my bio. So if you go further down, I've got here, Cathlyn-Rose found her love of performing in musicals when she participated in her high school's production of Annie as an orphan, and since then she has performed in multiple amateur and community theatre productions. So you can also start off with where you found your love of musical theatre. Did you find it when you were watching Singing in the Rain in your living room? Did you find it when you went to go see a professional production of Aladdin at the Capitol Theatre in Sydney? That's always another way to start off as well. So currently we have 2 points that you can make in your bio. You can put a point of what you're currently training in or currently studying in, and you can put a point of where you found your love of musical theatre. The next point that I've got in the bio is any other productions that you have been in where you've done roles or where you've been in ensemble. The next part I've got is some of her favourite roles that she has performed include Diana Morales in a chorus line, Kathy Selden in Singing in the Rain, both with Blackout Theatre Company, and Lily St. Regis in Annie with Hills Musical Theatre Company. So if you've done previous productions, it is always nice to actually put those in. You can share what you've done before, your experiences with those people who are reading your bio. So if you've done even ensemble roles, you can say, just as an example, Cathlyn-Rose has been in previous productions with Hills Musical Theatre Company. These are random productions that I'm just throwing out of my head. As ensemble in Oliver in 2010, Annie in 2017, and The Little Mermaid in 2019. So those are examples that you can put even if you haven't done a lead role but you have done shows before. The final part that you can put into your bio is one that I've got here. So for example, if you haven't been in a show before, you can put in that this is your first production with this theatre company and you were very excited to be performing in it and to share the stage with your cast members. So for example, I've just put here, this is Cathlyn-Rose's first production with OCPAC and she is thrilled to show her Latina heritage in this production of In the Heights. I use that as an example because there is a company called OCPAC in here in Melbourne. They are doing a production of In the Heights, which I am not currently in, didn't audition for because I'm currently training. If I was going for a production, that's what it would have gone for, and I haven't been with any productions in Melbourne, so this is what exactly I would have written. This is a type of template that you can use. You can use the first point being your training or what you're currently studying, whether it's high school, university, TAFE, further education, or training such as dance schools or acting schools and other types of training. You can then put as a second point or the next point where you found your love for musical theatre, whether it was watching an amateur production, a professional production, watching movie musicals at home. You can then put whether you've done previous productions or whether this is your first production, which is very exciting for you. You can put a nice little sentence at the end or a couple of sentences about if you're excited to share the stage for the first time, or if you're excited to share the stage with your castmates, and if you're excited to put on this show for everybody to see. Now, if you haven't been in musical theatre before, if you haven't done a community theatre production, I'm going to write a bio right now with an example of I have never done a bit of training in my life, I have never done any type of amateur or community theatre production, this is my first theatre production that I'm going in for. Let's start with an example of writing a bio. Firstly, I'm going to put I'm currently, actually, you know what, let's not say that I'm currently studying, let's say that I'm currently on a gap year. So I'm not studying anything, but I have plans to study in the future. So I'm going to say Cathlyn-Rose is currently on a gap year where she has taken the time to travel and grow before going into her first year of studying a Bachelor of Arts at, I'm going to say Macquarie University, because that's where I did my Bachelor of Arts. So Macquarie University. First sentence done, and I've just put Bachelor of Arts because maybe I haven't picked a major. Maybe I just know that I've qualified for a Bachelor of Arts, but I don't know what I'm studying yet. So it's very general. No training whatsoever. Let's say that I have only just watched movie musicals. I've always liked the idea of being in a musical. So Cathlyn-Rose's interest in musicals came from watching movie musicals with her family on the weekends. This has sparked her interest in musical theatre. Put a comma here. This sparked her interest in musical theatre. There we go. So let's go with the exact same concept of I'm going for OC Pack's production of In the Heights. So that has come out this year. Let's say Rose, let's say I've watched the film In the Heights and that's pushed me to actually perform in musicals. So Cathlyn-Rose found the desire to perform in her first musical after watching the recent, English would be good, the recent film In the Heights, as it connected with her and her South American background, and is thrilled that she was able to audition for a stage production of In the Heights. So now we're going to round it out and we're going to say this, exactly what we've said in the previous bio example. This is Cathlyn-Rose's first production, first community theatre production. She is excited to work with OC Pack to bring this story and musical to life on stage. I'm just going to put a nice little bit at the end for the audience. She hopes you enjoy the show with all of its beautiful themes, music, and choreography. So there we go. That's that bio done. That's as if I have not done a bit of training in my life, a bit of musical theater in my life. It's purely from watching one film after watching movie musicals my whole life and currently not studying. That is what I would say. Here's a little tip. If you're going to put any show names, I would put them in italics. As you can see here, I've done In the Heights as italics. In the other bios, you can see I've done a chorus line in italics. I've done Singing in the Rain in italics. So any of the titles of the shows that you're putting in that you have maybe done before, I would put them in italics so that they know that's the name of the show. And if you're putting the theatre company that you have done the show with, then I would put that in brackets. So as you can see here in my chorus line example of a bio, I've got more recent roles that Cathlyn-Rose has appeared as include Tiffany Houston, Back to the 80s in italics, and then I've got theatre company Barara Musical Society in brackets, and then I've got here Claire, which is the name of the character, Found, a musical parody of Lost, in italics, and then Whimsical Productions, the production company, in brackets. So if you're going to put the role that you've done, you can put a hyphen next to it. You can then put the name of the show in italics, and then you can put in brackets the theatre company. Another thing you can do is you can also put the year that you did the production. If that's something that you decide to do, you can put that right next to the theatre company. Another tip is word count. If you haven't been given a word count from your theatre company or musical theatre society, then keep your bio to roughly 150 words. Anything above that is verging on a little bit too long. If you do go above 150 words, I would go maximum 170. Bio that I've done here as an example of if I was doing one right now as I'm training at Associated Studios Australia. This one, as you can see, counts out to 161 words. That's above the word limit, but it's not so much that it gets to be a bit too much, but I wouldn't do more than 170 if you do go above 150 words. And then the one underneath that we have just written, that's 143, which is pretty much perfect word count. Really what you want to stick to is roughly 150 words. You can go 10 below, 10 above, no more I would say than 170. That is really pushing it. You've got to remember that in the program, you're not the only one doing a bio, everybody is doing it. If you have a cast of 30 people in the production, that's a lot of people putting in bios, and that is a lot of words. If you're doing 200 words for a bio, that's a lot of space that is being put up just for you and your bio. So I would stick to 150 words as much as possible. If you're going to push it to 170, no more than that. And that is it. So I'm going to put up here on the screen, I'm going to put my 42nd Street bio and my chorus line bio. I'm going to put it up here at the moment. If you guys want to pause the video and have a read through on what the bios read like, then feel free. And now I've also got my current bios, the ones that I've written as if I'm going for a production now and while I'm in training, and one that if I had no training whatsoever. So I've put these up on the screen now. So if you guys want to pause the video and read through these as well, go for your life. And that's it. That's how I write my bio, and that's how you can write your bio as well. Let's go over the main points. You can put your training or what you were studying for. You can put where you found your interest for musical theatre, where you found your love of it. You can put your previous productions that you have done, whether they be high school, amateur theatre, community theatre, any type of production that you've done. And you can also put what some of your favorite roles have been, as well as a final couple of sentences about if it's your first production with a theatre company, or if you're excited to be in the show and you're excited to share the show with the audience. And then of course, the final tip, 150 words, titles of the show in italics, theatre company names in brackets. You can also put the year of the show that you did in with the brackets if you want to or not. So that's it for this video, everyone. If you need any more tips on writing a bio for amateur or community theatre, please let me know, comment them down below. And if you have any questions on this video, please don't hesitate to ask me. I do get to answering every comment, so let me know, comment down below if you have any questions or any queries. And if you guys want to see any more theatre tip videos like this one, and any parts of amateur or community theatre that you feel that you need tips on, please let me know and comment them down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. As always, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell so that you can see more videos coming your way. That's it for now. I'll see you in my next video. Ciao, everyone.